Welcome back, everybody, to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast, another special episode of 2-Minute Drill. My name is Omar. Next to me are our beautiful co-hosts, Max and Jay. Today, Earl is not with us. He is not feeling too well, but he will be back soon. We're going to talk about the greatest NBA moments that happened this year in the 2024-2025 season. To kick it off, I'm going to throw it over to my boy Jay right over there, and he's going to start his 2 minutes now.
So my favorite, most memorable moment of the 2024-2025 season is the Josh Giddey half-court shot and the game in general versus the Lakers this year. I'm sorry for my Lakers fans who are in the chat. I'm so sorry. I love y'all. But that was the best moment of the year. Best play of the year. Shout out to the Bulls. Got my little banner in the background. But from the inbound steal to tie the game by Kobe White to hit the three, to the Austin Reeves layup to go up and get the lead back. And then I remember the moment I'm sitting on the couch. I'm like, fuck, bro. We really just lost this motherfucker, Austin Reeves, bro. He really just hit that weak-ass layup. And then they give the ball to Josh Giddey, takes 3 dribbles, and pulls it down court or half court. Holds the form like this, y'all. Holds it. Walks into the crowd. And then we got Stacey King on the best call of the year. Do y'all remember the call or y'all watching the Lakers broadcast? I don't know. Y'all got to answer that.
I forget the call.
Whoa!
We had Stacey King pull up. Yeah, come on, Kenny, chill. But we had Stacey King on the call. It was an elite moment for me. I remember it off the top of my head. I could replay the whole moment, eyes closed, everything, man. It was, to me, the best moment of the year. It was the best game winner of the year by far. It's either that one or the Tyrese Halliburton bounce off the rim in the Knicks series. But yeah, man, what a game, what a moment, and shout out to the Bulls, man. That's all I got, though. I know I at least got 30 seconds left.
Yeah, you do. You do have 30 seconds left. We're going to just patiently take that time and just...
No, Jay, you can say this. Jay, this is where you say, I cede my last 30 seconds.
I concede my last 30 seconds.
There you fucking go.
Thanks.
All right. All right. I'm going to give y'all my 2 minutes now. I'm going to be honest. This is really hard to think about. I have like 5 moments in my head that I can bring, that I can give to y'all on a silver platter. The night where I did feel the greatest, and believe it or not, it is not the Brunson cross ankles. I see that in the chat somewhere, but it's not that. But one of the greatest moments that I've given, one of the greatest feelings that I've had, honestly, was just beating the Celtics. I think the whole reason why this squad, the Knicks squad, was built was the reason to build was to beat the Celtics. Obviously, we got into a fashion where it did not work. We ran into an Indiana Pacers team in the Eastern Conference Finals where, honestly, we probably thought we would see the Boston Celtics. So, in that regard, I was happy every single time during Game 1 and Game 2 that we did win against the Celtics. It was certainly a surprise for me. Mikal Bridges stealing the ball at the end of Game 1, and then again with another clutch steal on Game 2 as well. I don't know why people are calling for a trade of Mikal Bridges. Maybe it's that contract. Maybe it's some other factors. And you know what? I can even understand some inconsistent moments. But one thing that I will say about Mikal Bridges during this offseason is that he's got to be a little bit better in those moments. In those moments, because while we did see it in the playoffs at the highest point, we were not seeing it in every single moment. We saw that it didn't happen in Indiana. So there's just to just get off this topic real quick and to just give him his flowers. I will say the greatest moments were those 2 steals for me in Game 1 and Game 2 against the Boston Celtics. I secede the rest of my 10 seconds.
All right. Well, y'all know me. I like to talk, so I'm probably not seeing any time here.
All right. Let's get it. Here you go. 3, 2, and go.
So I'm going a little bit different from my moment. My unforgettable moment from this season I'm going to bring to the table was NBA on Christmas Day. NBA on Christmas this past year was absolutely fire. I'm pretty sure Knicks versus Spurs was the first game on the schedule that day, and that game went all the way down to the wire. Wemby having, I think, 30 and something. Mikal Bridges had 40 points. They were going back and forth, bar for bar in Madison Square Garden. Obviously, I'm a little biased because the Knicks came out on top, but that was still just a phenomenal basketball game. I think the next one was Mavericks versus Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves went up crazy big in that game, but Kyrie led the Mavericks on a comeback. They didn't win, but still, he made that game very interesting down the stretch. Then the game that nobody thought was going to be good, Celtics versus Philadelphia. Everyone was saying, eat your Christmas dinner that day, that game, take your nap, don't even bother. The 76ers, without Embiid, I want to say without Maxey even maybe, I forget, but the 76ers had nobody on their team, and they beat the Celtics in TD Garden. The game that nobody thought was going to be good, the Sixers pulled off the upset. Incredible job by them. Then we had the Bron versus Curry masterclass, which was, Lakers Warriors, Bron versus Curry going bar for bar, back and forth at the end of that game. Curry hitting like half-court almost threes to tie it up, and then Austin Reeves with the layup at the end to give the Lakers the dub with only a few seconds left. Phenomenal game. Then we even ended off the night with a big Phoenix versus Nuggets game, which that was probably the most forgettable of all the games, but I think even that was close. We got KD versus Jokic on Christmas night, which was cool. And then the bow to top it off on what was a great day of basketball, LeBron James going on national television, looking dead in the camera and telling the NFL, Christmas is our day. Y'all got Thanksgiving, but Christmas is for the NBA. This is our day. Absolute
10 seconds
aura.
remaining.
One of the most unforgettable moments of all season. I'm good. I love the NBA Christmas this year.
And with 5 minutes to spare, thank you so much, Max. Jay, I know you had an honorable moment to mention because there's so many great moments from this season. And with that being said, we have a lot of moments to share. So yeah, Wax. Good job, Wax.
I have kind of two. First honorable mention that I will never forget about this season was finding out the news of the Luka Doncic trade.
That was gonna be mine, yeah.
I literally got woken up out of my sleep. I had to wake up for work in the morning at 5, and literally my dad called me 4 times. My friends were calling me back and forth. I had 14 missed calls, and I woke up and I saw the news, and I just remember everything about that night. I remember going to work. I went to work with a whole bunch of casuals. I'm talking to them. Luka got traded to the Lakers. Bro, look at this, bro. Like, I couldn't believe it. I remember everything about that day, about that trade. So that's my number one honorable mention. My second honorable mention, I don't know. All right, the LeBron dunk on Derek Lively.
That was a good one.
You remember this?
That was a good
bro,
one.
That dunk, I was watching it live. He fucking switched hands at 50 years old and punched on Lively. Then Lively tried to get it in quick. He threw it in. LeBron stole it with one hand, not looking. I remember that play down to a T. Those two moments, elite moments.
That was a crazy dunk. I'll throw out the Mac McClung three-peat in the dunk contest, too. That was cool. Mac McClung single-handedly saving the dunk contest and making it relevant. And now it seems like next year there might be some legit superstars trying to stop him from four-peating. So, shout out Mac McClung. Not an NBA player, but one of the best dunkers we've seen in the dunk contest.
Yeah, and honestly, I to add on to that really quickly, I don't see why NBA players are so upset. Like, if you wanted to be in the dunk contest and beat Mac McClung, you could have fucking did it.
Go ahead. I'm sure
John Morant, you could have fucking did it. LeBron James, you could have fucking did it. Anthony Davis, you probably could have fucking did it. Now stop complaining, please, and just actually do it. But, I mean, I'm only giving examples. Obviously, it wasn't those players in particular, except for John Morant. But I got to say, one of my other favorite moments was, honestly, just OKC winning the title. I really do like to consider myself having two teams. I really do have an East Coast team and a West Coast team. My West Coast team for years, you can go back in pictures since I was like 12 years old, Oklahoma City. I loved Kevin Durant, Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook, OKC, Thabo Sefolosha, Kendrick Perkins, what's his name?
Nick Collins.
Not only Nick Collins, there is one other guy that I can't, Serge Ibaka. But all those guys, man. When Oklahoma City finally won a championship, there was like it just felt like the one city to actually deserve it. It just feels like there is a lot of love after the fact. And I know like people love to say like Oklahoma City's not even a big market team. Yeah, we saw that clutch. I appreciate the heads up. But there's just a lot going on there, and I saw the parade. I think the parade was hype. I saw apparently people were hating like the amount of people that were there, but then using the WNBA parade as like reference. I'm like, guys, what is going on here? Why are we tearing down? Why are we tearing down this 23-year-old team? Like, this doesn't make sense, y'all. Give them their props. Give them their flowers. Why are we tearing them down? Shout out to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm sure Earl's top moment, if he was here, he would probably say the Luka trade, and he would probably say the Lakers getting sold because he was
he actually did say it early in the chat. Shout out to Earl. I know he probably did it and then dipped, but he said it was my favorite moment was beating the Knicks in the Garden with no AD and then trading for Luka the same night with a Braun masterclass triple.
Yeah, people forget that trade actually happened.
It was crazy.
Knicks. People forget. I'm actually very happy because the fact that the trade happened like hours after that makes everyone forget about that atrocity of the game.
Yeah, it really did. It was terrible.
That's again, Brunson got hurt, right?
No, it was another one. That was the second time they played. It was the first time they played. It wasn't even close. The Lakers just blew the Knicks out in the Garden. Yeah. And then they said, hey, as if we're not. Fun fact, Max Christie had a really good game. And then that was his last game as a Laker. But yeah, those were our most memorable moments. Yeah. Be sure to comment down below what some of your most memorable or fun or exciting moments from this past season were. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of 2 Minute Drill. We're gonna keep having these out over the summer every weekend. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on TikTok. Keep up with our episodes on YouTube. We might be posting some stuff on Spotify soon, so keep your eye out for that.
Yes, sir.
This is Max. Sure. That's Omar. Jay's down there. Earl will be back soon. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace.